Bears won the toss, they deferred, and here we go. From Chicago. Roberts, penalty flag flies. Roberts breaking free, but again a penalty way back at the 16. Roberts still going, and what a return, but let's see if it's going to stand.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 36 for return team. Half the distance will go. First down.
Kamal Ishmael, former safety, has been moved to linebacker. Pretty easy for call for the officials, too.
Freeman at tailback. He'll get the pitch near side. Sheds a tackle, and Devontae Freeman out. 2nd and 4. Four-man rush. Ryan firing far side. Complete to Sanu, but tackled immediately. Ryan on the play pass. Julio Jones has it. Spins forward across the 35. Coleman in the game in the backfield for the first time for Atlanta. On first down. Time for Ryan. Near side. Complete. It's Taylor Gabriel. And already these Falcons weapons on display. Another first down. First carry for Coleman. Left side. Upended, and he flips down to the 45 for a run of 4. Coleman ran for 520 yards last year, 8 touchdowns, also had 400-plus yards receiving. Here's Ryan, going to dump it off to Coleman, and he slips on that turf at the 43. Need to get to the 39, a draw. It's Freeman, darting to the outside, breaks the tackle. Devontae Freeman, what a job. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons for Freeman, coming off back-to-back Pro Bowls. First down, near-sided Sanu makes another catch and cuts his way into the 31. 2nd and 3. Freeman tries to make a cut, then another. Julio Jones, top of your screen. On 3rd down, they'll run it. And that is not going to get it done. Bryant coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance, a 48-yard field goal on the way, and it is money like his kicks usually are. So a big stop, but the Falcons get on the board on their opening drive. Asher is the Falcons punter, but he handles their kickoffs. Benny Cunningham, newly signed from the Rams, back deep to receive, and he'll run up to the 2. Cunningham works his way out to about the 24-25-yard line, and that's where Chicago, good news for him, his running back is really good. Jordan Howard, 2nd in the league in rushing last year, and he gets it. Breaks one tackle, and has to fight his way for a yard. Jeremy Langford was the starting back, so he's coming off a fantastic rookie year. Let him back, pressure, penalty flag 2. Here's Howard, makes the catch, gets belted by Deion Jones out to the 30, but we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is. Light and fast is how they play.
He used the hands in the face. Number 65 in the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Cody Whitehair, the center, in his 2nd year.
Right there. Catch it pretty easily, right? He's worked against Grady Jarrett, number 97, and last seen Grady Jarrett.
He is electric, coming off a fantastic preseason. Leonard has time to get a dump it to Coleman. He's got super speed, and he gets built. Devondre Campbell as these Falcons. 3rd down, 11. Leonard firing, complete over the middle, but an immediate tackle. It was Miller, but he didn't have a chance to even turn around. That's what they did, hurt by the penalty, so 3 and out. O'Donnell to punt away. Roberts, new Falcon, back to receive. And he's got it at the 15. Roberts, nice return. Atlanta up 3-0, 2nd possession. And Ryan, quick here, almost got knocked down, and that throw is incomplete. So the Bears have to try and contend with this high-powered offense.
Cross your fingers and toes.
Whatever works, right? Here's Freeman stretching to the right side, and he runs into a Bears brick wall led by Danny Trevathan. 3rd down and 6. Pressure up the middle. Ryan lets it fly. Incomplete. Bosher will punt it away. He's a good one. Tariq Cohen back to return. Get a chance to see his skill set on display. But a booming kick. Cohen inside the 10. Makes a man miss. The human joystick, they call him. And he finagles his way out to the 23. Out in the secondary. So Tom Compton starts at guard today on the left side. Meanwhile, good run and a first down for Jordan Howard. Here's Leonard swinging out to Cohen, and Cohen has nowhere to go. That took too long to develop, and Deion Jones for the tackle. Our first morning with Mike Vick and, of course, the whole crew. Coach Tony Gonzalez, Colin Howard, enjoyed that one. Second down, Leonard to throw. Cohen gets hog-tied, gets away, and then taken down by the second tackler, the former Ram. It's Deontay Thompson in motion. On third down, Leonard stands in amongst the pressure, fires a dart, and it's complete. Bears team, they need receivers to step up, and that's a good sign for Thompson. Lennon, three-step drop, and just overshoots Zach Miller, who was wide open. Second down, Cohen, nice cut. Tariq Cohen turning on the Jets. Oh, you see some of that speed and shiftiness from Cohen. This is Jordan Howard. Churning forward for a short game. Be the last play of this quarter. Lennon back, lets it go incomplete. He was looking for Kevin White, but Robert Alford all over him, and he made the play. Make up that promise of why he's a first rounder. Third down. Lennon steps up, and now he gets dropped. Vic Beasley, who led the league in sacks, gets his first of 2017. Because of an injury in the preseason. That snap is just fine. That kick is up, and that kick, well, that's just fine. And so we're knotted at 3. And Roberts going to take the kick and take a knee, and Atlanta will start at their own 25. Other than that, they've got 9 of 11 starters back on offense. And here they go again. On first down, they will run it up to the 30 with Tevin Coleman. Second down, they'll run it again, and not very far that time. 4-man rush. Ryan batted down. Roy Robertson Harris, who had a great preseason, blocked the punt. Oh, the Bears D does their job, and Bosher will punt it again. Gets it off. Another good one. Cohen, look at this. Backpedaling inside the 10. We get a penalty too. Cohen. Tariq Cohen gets smacked. And we get a penalty flag too, so we'll wait and decipher this one.
During the kick, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 29 to the kicking team. Stayed out of bounds and did not try to come back in immediately. That 15-yard penalty be added at the end of the play. First down, timeout.
That's a rarity. First down for Chicago on the play pass. Leonard in trouble, and down he goes, and a big loss. Brooks Reed comes in for Atlanta's second sack.
They expect that number to go up this year.
3-man rush. Lennon dumps it off to Coleman. Oh my goodness, what a lick.
Became much more of a shoulder-to-chest tackle.
3rd and 20. Lennon's going to throw it to White, who makes the catch, gets a block, but just nowhere to go. But at least they get White involved. But a 4th and long in a punting situation. New sign from the Rams. Such a versatile player. 3rd down back. Great special teams player. And he'll be looked at here as the punt. What a punting today. Here's Roberts inside the 10. Stretch in the field and gets walloped. Take over the 7th best offense of all time. There's a little pressure with that. Here's Ryan on first down. The MVP. Julio Jones makes the grab. Handoff. Freeman sprinting right. Not much. Game break time. Let's check in with Carissa. 13 right now. Second down for Matt Ryan. Over the middle. Wide open. It's Gabriel. And an easy connection to the former Brown. That's the 3rd guy. Ryan, play fake. A lot of time coming near side. This is Coleman out of the backfield. And he finds his way down to the 38.
Had his own twist to it. But a lot easier for them to continue to function under what they were doing before.
It's Coleman on the second down and 4. He's going to be close. Eddie Goldman in on the stop. 3rd down and 1 for Atlanta. Freeman cuts back. Nice move, Devontae Freeman, and he's got himself a first down. 40 to go in this first half. We're tied at 3. Blitz. Ryan stands in. Ryan goes down. Hicks didn't miss that time, Charles. Yesterday, I'm just going to throw that up.
Going for accuracy here.
2nd and 16. Ryan over the middle. Julio Jones running free is Jones. First down and more inside the 20. He and Anquan Bolden the fastest to that point in their careers. Running, sprinting. Coleman near side, penalty flag as he gallops his way near the 10. Just the 80th
Holding.
game.
Number 70, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, your eyes are in midseason form, part.
First and 20 now. Breaking tackles is Coleman. See that all too often. Coleman still the back. Ryan to throw it. Has time. Steps up. Ryan going to run. Matt Ryan sliding for a first down at the 5-yard run and a first and goal with Freeman in the game. He'll get it. Devontae Freeman sprinting left. Touchdown Atlanta.
Now, all they're really doing up front is getting a stalemate. Look at the offensive line right there, okay? And what Devontae Freeman sees is the stalemate, no room there, but knows he can get to the corner and make it a race to the pylon against Kyle Fuller. That's all he's asking. Guys, if you just hold him at the line of scrimmage, give me a chance to get to the perimeter, and gets into the end zone.
Extra point by Bryant is up and good. And so the Falcons' 2 scoring drives.
Maybe he's got a little influence on this offense earlier than expected.
Pam Oliver told us for the game that they like their matchups with the running backs. They're using them here today. Howard, stretch right. Jordan Howard works his way out. Here's a pitch. Tariq Cohen in the game. Tries a reverse field. Gets away from Reed. Cohen sprinting. Oh boy, Tariq Cohen in Falcons territory. What a run!
It's a toss play coming left, and it gets jammed up. And Brooks Reed, number 50, right there, he's got a chance to put that down, but Cohen sees him, evades him. Now Glennon gets out and helps with a block. And then downfield, Deion Jones can't get him on the ground. He may be short, but he is compact, strong to go with his speed and quickness.
About getting back to the run, Charles. First down after the monster gain. Here's Howard back in it. Jordan Howard. And he's inside the 25 to the 23. Second down and 6. This is Howard again. And Jordan Howard inside the 20. So a third down and short coming up as that may take us to the 2-minute warning here. Time. Landing over the middle. Penalty is Cohen. Spin move. Still on his feet. An interesting spot here. He's right around the first down, but we also have a penalty, so let's see. Maybe coming back.
Prior to the pass. Holding. Number 44 in defense. The 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
In the backfield now on a first and 10. Give it to him again. Left side. Looking to get through a hole. He does. Cohen with another big run inside the 10.
I'll take a shot with Kevin White. You might want to now.
Second down. This is Jordan Howard up the middle. Jordan Howard. First and goal for Chicago. Here's Cohen. They're going to give to Howard. Running right. Jordan Howard diving. Touchdown.
So watch the Wildcat, just a simple sweep, but look to the outside. There's Mike Glennon right there, getting it done. Look at Mike Glennon. Number 8, using his size just to get in front enough to really obscure the vision out there of Desmond Trufant and allow Jordan Howard to sneak into the end zone.
How about 2 blocks on the drive from Mike Glennon, Charles? How often do you get to say that as a quarterback?
In a tough city like Chicago, he wants to produce just like they want to see it.
What a masterful drive by the Bears. Not love TV, right?
Giving the robot a hard time. Cletus.
Roberts, yeah, it is. A little walk out of the back. Atlanta's got 14 seconds, 3 timeouts. Pay $10 if you do that. Obviously, Irma awful, ripping up the west coast of Florida. We send our prayers and thoughts to those there. Here in Chicago, great first half. The defending NFC champions getting all they could handle from the Chicago Bears, who won just 3 games last year. 10-10 at the break in the low 60s. NFL is back on Fox. Second half is underway. Deontay Thompson going to let that one go out of the back of the end zone. A year ago, they started out throwing, and there is Kevin White, who can't make the play on the quick slant. Here's Howard. Has a block. Nice little stutter cut to cross the 30. There's the rookie Adam Shaheen in motion. They'll give it to the fullback, and that's going to work just fine. Michael Burton. He's got a first down. A rear rush doesn't happen often, but it worked. And here's Howard. Running right, breaks a tackle. On the fake, Glennon in trouble, trying to get away, and just gets it away. He was about to be dragged down that time by Devondre Campbell, and it's incomplete.
Trying to expand his game as well.
Vic Beasley, top of your screen. Atlanta blitz coming. Glennon in trouble, and Glennon is sacked. Ball comes out. Pat O'Donnell gets it off. Roberts lets it go, and the Falcons see it roll into the end zone. Freeman outside, tries to stretch it out, just nowhere to go. And we had some interesting conversations with them yesterday about handling this. And Ryan in trouble, dumps it off somehow, and Freeman is going to have a short game. Big pressure from Eddie Goldman, but five-man rush. Ryan in trouble, and Ryan goes down. Akeem Hicks started the party. Sack of the game for Hicks, and Bosher will punt from his own end zone, and here's Cohen back. We see what he can do today. Great punt. Cohen, the 28, makes a move. Cohen still going out near midfield. Averaged less than 2 3-and-outs a game last year. They've already had 3, so this Bears defense doing the job. Now let's see the offense. Jordan Howard as Deion Jones chased from behind, but he's going to pick up 5 yards. And let's see. They'll run it. Howard, and taken down. What a nice tackle by Ricardo Allen. Lennon steps up, throws to Noah. I think he was looking for Cohen, but it was well over his head, and the Bears go 3-and-out. Ball game tied at 10. Falcons starting deep in their own territory. Ryan looks one way, back. Now coming towards Coleman, but tipped away by Leonard Floyd, who was in coverage. Second down. 5-man rush coming near side. There's Coleman. That time he's got it, and he's got a first down. It was Freeman on the coverage. They'll run it. Coleman, not much. Second and 9. They'll run it to Freeman. And he's running from Freeman. Didn't look like there was much there, but he's out to the 32. That'll bring up a 3rd and short. 3rd down. Pressure. Ryan stands in, complete, and Sanu caught and took a big hit from Kwiatkowski, but it's a first down for Atlanta.
Maybe it's starting to have a wearing effect.
Ryan over the middle, Freeman, and he's taken down immediately. This is
if they get a chance, they'll take some shots before it's over, I think.
Freeman bounces to the outside and slips. 3rd player to slip today on this field. Blitz. It's picked up. Ryan gonna let it fly for a sideline. Hardy, he caught it! And now they say no. He did not have possession. He bobbled it. It's incomplete. Almost spectacular.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 96. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Ryan over the middle, and he's got a completion. It's Coleman. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet and dragged down inside the 25. Fuller missed a tackle. Receptions on the Falcons. They'll fake the run. Ryan over the middle. It's Sanu. He's got the catch, and he's banged down at the 10.
Ryan delivers.
Atlanta going quick here. Freeman up the middle. And we get a penalty flag flying.
Holding. Number 67, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, Hicks is back in there now. It's a 1st and goal because of the penalty. Here's Freeman. Jump cut up the middle. Nice run. And Freeman inside the 15 to the 14. Ryan. Looking. Firing near side. It's Gabriel. Makes a man miss. Taylor Gabriel hot tied. Blitz. Ryan going top of your screen, but incomplete. He was looking for Gabriel instead as Jones on the in cut. But what it is an incomplete pass and a field goal try coming for Matt Bryant. Bosher puts it down, and that one is perfect. So the Falcons take the lead, but the Bears defense bends but doesn't break.
Good OC. You want to know what your top receiver is seeing. so you can find a way to get him the football.
And he can't have no catches in the first quarter. He's just too good, even though they use him as a decoy. Here's Thompson, kick return, tripped up. But he's out to the 29. First and 10, Chicago. They're going to run it. Cohen looking to bounce, and he gets bounced back. Brooks Reed stayed with him. Sure is. Second and 13. They'll run. Cohen, stutter, spinning. He had to ward off 6 Falcons there for Jones. That's going to be a penalty.
Plays finishing. They're over the white, and Deion Jones takes the 2-point takedown.
After the play is over, out of bounds. Unnecessary roughness. Number 45 in the defense. They hit out of bounds. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Howard in, so we saw the Falcons take advantage of a big defensive penalty. Can the Bears do the same? Here's Howard, 50 yards rushing so far. Quiet there. And Charles, I feel like
Need a break right now, the defense does.
they'll fake to Howard. Time for Glennon. Stands incomplete. Deion Sims has himself a first down. 5th play of the drive. When we start the 4th quarter, Falcons by 3. It's Howard, left side, and Jones going to ride him to the ground, and we get a penalty too.
Number 65, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Penalty puts him in a hole, though. First and 20. Empty set, far side. Cohen makes a nice catch. Still on his feet. Now, Cohen has been the explosive piece. Second down, low snap. Glennon picks it up. Pressure coming, and is just going to throw it away. That could have been a disaster, but Glennon did a nice job as Jack Crawford was barreling in with pressure. Got to come through here. Bottom of your screen, the former first-round pick. 4-man rush. Glennon over the middle. It's Howard. Jordan Howard fighting forward, and he's going to be about 4 yards shy. Well, the penalty hurts the Bears. However, they do their job. O'Donnell with the punt. Triplet on the call.
During the kick, holding. Number 23, return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down, timeout.
Dance. Falcons with the lead by 3. Backed up on their own 5. And Ryan, good adjustment to Sanu.
Let him run at some point.
Second and 3. Sanu incomplete. Third down and 3. Ryan, pressure. In trouble, lets it fly deep, wide open is Austin Hooper. Now it's a foot race. Stiff arm against Dents. Hooper is gonna go. Touchdown. 88 yards.
So watch Austin Hooper. Who's got him? He gets passed off by the linebacker back there. So he gets passed off by him, so he's assuming there's deep help coverage. That's an absolute bust in the secondary to be that open. And Matt Ryan created it with movement in the pocket and found him open deep.
You know what happened on that play? We were talking about Julio Jones.
Move a little bit like Michael Vick did back in the day. In the, a little pocket presence, a little movement, created a big play.
You said it earlier. He is, last few years, he's been a different guy, just with movement in the pocket. There you go. And what it means is a 10-point Falcon lead, and now pressure on Glennon to deliver. And he does there to Kendall Wright, the former Tennessee Titan. Jordan Howard in the backfield. Glennon over the middle, and he's got a completion. That is Miller, the tight end, and he's going to pick up 8. Glennon standing in and incomplete. Looking for Cohen. It's such a sound game all game long, and one mistake and boom, you're down 10. Third down, blitz coming. Glennon complete for a first down and more. Deion Sims rumbling down to the 35. I just feel like he really can be a pretty good receiver. Play fast. Glennon gonna throw it deep. He's got a man. Cohen! No, incomplete. Standing play for a pass rushing linebacker now. It's a second down. Glennon incomplete. Sims got stuck, and that's why, because Alford probably held him. Maybe the handcuffs taken off Glennon a little bit.
Holding. Number 23, defense. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Glennon, pressure's coming. He sees it, gets rid of it, complete. It's White, gets decked, moves backward, and That's going to be a gain of nothing.
To get a big play downfield.
And Marcus Wheaton is still hurt, trying to get him back. They're going to get it to Cohen in the flat, and Cohen spins off a tackle. What a move. Cohen down to the 25. That should have been a loss. Already in field goal range. Lennon over the middle, and he's got a completion to Bellamy, and that's good for a first down. Impressive drive so far for the Bears. Lennon has time. Going for Cohen. He's got it. Cohen forward, and he is in. Touchdown.
So Cohen out of the backfield, number 29, just exits out. No one out there to follow him. Puts a move on, but remember that strength we were talking about? How about at 5'6", 181 pounds, drops the shoulder and barrels through Desmond Trufant for the touchdown.
19-yard touchdown catch, the first touchdown of Tariq Cohen's career. And that was a nice drive and an answer for Chicago after the bomb to Hooper, where you thought, boy, Atlanta gets all this momentum. Not anymore. That's where we are. It's a 3-point game. Falcons will get the ball with 7.5 minutes to go here in the opener from Chicago.
A few moments ago, walking off to the locker room.
First and 10 for Atlanta. Ryan firing, nipped away. Oh, that was close. That was Cooper, who made a great break on the ball, and it's incomplete. Picking down, near side, they come to Coleman. That was almost intercepted by Fuller. Kind of hung up there. 3rd and 10, blitz coming. Ryan backpedaling, near side, it's Hooper again who's open. And a good stiff arm. Austin Hooper can't be stopped. Inside the 40.
One in your corner, in your stadium.
And here's Freeman. Freeman stacked up by Leonard Floyd. They'd like to get more than that. On second down, Ryan to Sanu on the in cut, and Mohamed Sanu inside the 30. Going to bring up a 3rd and short as Sanu has his 6th catch of the game. Blitz. Ryan going far side. It's another catch by Hooper. He's shy of a first down. We get a penalty too.
Prior to the pass, holding number 31 in the defense. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Coleman's in the game at back, and he slips. Point bed the same here. On second down, the fake. Floyd's coming after Ryan, who's going to let it fly for Toilolo, little high. Ryan looking over the middle. It's Jones, but he's well shy of a first down. Snap and hold are good, and that one is good too. So Bryant adds to the Falcons' lead, but still a 1-score game from Green Bay. Bears down by 6. Here's Thompson, going to take it out. Deontay Thompson fumbles the football. It's loose. Who's got it? And somehow the Bears get it back. Whoa, that could have been devastating. Kevin White still not on the field. Remember, we saw him go back to get checked out. Here's Glennon. Going to come to the flat to Jordan Howard. Howard trying to tiptoe in bounds, maybe a yard. Huge today. Glennon going to go far side. It's Howard again. Howard is tripped up across the 20. Going to get out to about the 23 before Poole got him, but now a 3rd down. Blitz coming. Glennon sees it, unloads right. Kendall right. First down and then some. Working the slot beautifully, and that moves it up to the 40.
Vic Beasley not on the field in pass rush situation either.
Lennon to throw it. Lennon, near side. Cullen, a one-handed catch, but because he had to go down for it, he's taken down by Poole. 2 timeouts for the Bears. They need a touchdown. 1:35 to go. Lennon over the middle. He's got a completion. It's right, and that's a first down.
Only one time that they run past him, and that was Tariq Cohen.
Lennon quickly near side. Good adjustment, and what a grab that was to Josh Bellamy. Again, they need a touchdown under a minute. Lennon, pass rush coming, gets rid of it. First down. They think about it. No, incomplete. That one was not caught.
On the 16.
Lennon. Here comes Beasley. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Nicely done by Robert Alford. Game on the line. Four-man rush. Glennon with time. Fires complete. Beauty of a throw, and it's Bellamy inside the 30. From the 28. Glennon, pressure. He's in trouble. Tries to get rid of it. Jacks! And incomplete. Have to have the runoff.
Saw there where Beasley made him pull it down.
Now let's
then
see.
as Glennon pulls free, let's take a look, because here comes a hit from Adrian Claiborne.
So close.
Very close, but I think you err on the side of his arm coming forward there. To me, that's an incomplete pass.
Let's go to Mike and Dean in L.A. Guys, what do you think on this call?
Well, I'll tell you, it's another one that's really close, but I think the arm has started forward. And Kevin, you are so right that if the reason they would review this, because if they turned it into a fumble, then even though you have the recovery by the offensive team, you go back to the spot of the fumble because it's
After
inside
review,
of
the
2
ruling
minutes.
on the field stands.
And it would have created that 10-second runoff, but
Reset the
certainly
play
the arm
clock
had
to
just
10
started
seconds.
forward.
Mike, thanks.
Reset.
So, 32 seconds to go. Bears need a touchdown, one timeout. Lennon this time has a pocket complete. It's Miller, the tight end. First down to the 15 as they'll hurry to the line. They want to save that last timeout, or do they? Whistle blows. 6 seconds ago. You can ill afford to be sacked. You need a touchdown.
Now they're out.
Lennon, here comes pressure. Glennon sees it, gets rid of it. Zach Miller fighting, and he has got a first down. It's in goal. Lennon, time, going end zone, incomplete. Bellamy got his hands on it, but couldn't haul it in with 16 seconds to go. Glennon has time. They get it. Oh, it's dropped. That could have been 6, but Jordan Howard couldn't hold on. Lennon firing, end zone incomplete, and it'll all come down to one last play. Lennon looking in trouble. He's sacked, and that's it. The Falcons will hold on and win it. Brooks Reed. The 4th sack of the day for Atlanta wins it for the Falcons.
Out Reed to run him down from the backside. In addition, the coverage downfield was excellent. Tariq Cohen got to the end zone. Deion Jones, the middle linebacker who can run himself, went over there and covered him and took that away from him.
What a game in week number 1. Look at Dan Quinn.
That'll help exercise some demons, won't it?
Yeah, well, it's a good start for the Atlanta Falcons, who got all they could handle in Chicago today, but a game that came down to the final seconds in the final play. But Atlanta comes out on top of Chicago 23-17. For Pam Oliver and Charles Davis, our entire Fox crew, I'm Kevin Burkhardt.